Welcome on in, everybody. Today we're going to continue our playthrough of Suckers for Love. We're going to pick up where we left off last time. To refresh everybody, we have achieved 2 endings thus far, the Enslavement End and the Awake End Redux. Feeling pretty good. We have 4 more endings to go for. What we're going to do this time is we're going to go through all of Esther's fully. So I think we're gonna start on Act 2 Performed, because we're not gonna do anything with Lynetta this time. We're just gonna do Esther, so we can do the banquet piece, and we'll go from there. So that should change the banquet and then the ending. So I'll just compile those together, so we won't have to sit through all of Act 3 again if that is the case.
An immaculate performance, dearest.
So we have the Immaculate Performance. Skip forward a little bit because we talked through that last time. So I'm gonna grab the offerings, bring up the book, and we have retrieve the ingredients, light the red fire candles. Light the red fire candles. This isn't perhaps. Oh, we can't read any of this. Nothing. It's just your imagination. Okay. Like the red fire candles allow the king into the room. Ingredients: do not make a mistake or a hungry, uninvited guest may arrive. I wonder what the hungry, uninvited guest is. Huh. Okay. I don't think I need to do anything. Okay. Pohorna aliolgediha ueag bithnakorna. Simply exquisite. Yes, I believe this banquet will do nicely. The room is filled with the mouth-watering aroma of a perfectly seasoned meat and fresh fruit. There must be a magical component involved here because I see no less than 3 of my favorite dishes. Esther is strutting towards my bed.
Surely you don't intend to merely watch me eat, dearest.
I didn't think she was gonna let me have any. Don't mind if I do.
That's not what I meant. Instead of watching me eat this feast, you'll feed it to me.
What was that? It sounded like groans of murderous anger from outside the door. Was that from the masked stalkers outside? If they have all got masks on their faces, they must be Esther's followers, or even ex-partners. Then their groans were of jealousy? Makes sense. They've been locked outside all this time. I bet they'd kill for the chance to spend any time with Esther.
Just a moment, dearest. What is the thread count of your silken sheets? At least 1,000, I presume.
Silk? My blankets are cotton.
Perhaps I'll just stand while you feed me instead.
So picky. She's that uppity. Maybe I'll start with the grapes. Something that'll feed her princess complex.
Delightful.
I'm glad.
Another.
Hey, think I could have one of these?
Dream on. My lips have already touched it. If you want an indirect kiss, you'll have to be more clever than that.
Oh yeah? So you won't eat anything my lips have touched either?
Of course not.
You were eyeing this cream puff, right? Would you like me to feed you a bite?
Oh, heavens below, yes. I am pleased by this new attitude of yours, dearest.
I casually take a bite out of the cream puff.
What do you think you're doing?
Delish. It's so good. I've never had anything like it.
Try.
Oh? You want a bite? Even though my lips have touched it?
I don't want it after all.
Well, if you don't want it, then I guess I can have some now. Right?
Hey, hold on.
It's really delicious. Nothing tastes better than food with a twist of eldritch magics. It's a shame you don't want any of it. What's it gonna be? Watch me eat your favorite dessert or suffer an indirect kiss? Sorry, what was that?
I order you to hand over the cream puff.
Very well, my king. I offer over the other half of the cream puff to her eager hands, but instead, I forgot I was hand feeding her. Her lips are insanely soft against my fingers.
It really is delightful.
She's damn cute when she drops her sadistic front. I'd do more, but I feel those husks staring at jealous daggers into my back. They'll tear my head off if I let this go on. Shouldn't we save some for this for the play? It'll hurt the performance if we eat the entire set, won't it?
I suppose. Very well. Let us resume the play.
Alright, Act 3. Whoops. So Act 3 is interior, no light besides the open window. Perfect. Jam the night, the morrow scornful, wicked morning, unremorseful. Why tonight must I be mournful for ambitions unfulfilled? After all my preparations, all the daylights I have killed, why is it us only still? Oh, why are my wishes unfulfilled? We can skip this, right? We'll cut this out if nothing happens, if nothing new happens. All right, nothing new happened, so you didn't miss anything. It was the same as what happened in the last part. So go check that out if you want to see me recite that play. So now we're on to the last part. This, I think, will be different. The last verse kills audience. King exits, recast the role of host, and begin to play anew. So, being exposed to the yellow sign. So we just have to draw the sign and do the black fire candles. There we go.
Behold, the yellow sign. Become my slave. I am entropy. Disorder. Where things are built tall, I appear to knock them down. Monuments, nations, relationships.
Some of these husks have wedding rings on their
I
fingers.
steal the hearts and minds of the rich or powerful to break them, and litter my court with them like gold dust.
But why me of all people? I'm broke.
Because I am the breeze of chaos that knocks down any tower that challenges the grandness of my court. Your relationship with my sister was one of those things. Before, I only pursued you because you have a great deal of clout amongst the night-going crowd and shrewd, wealthy types. You would have been an incredibly powerful servant who would have been able to draw in countless wayward souls that meet my standards. At least, until that reality ended and you undid all of my hard work.
Oopsie boopsie?
All of my followers that I had stolen from Lynetta, gone in an instant. And I had no choice but to abandon that reality.
Summon Masari!
There's nothing left to destroy if nothing exists, you see. But in this reality, I've stolen away her most powerful asset. You. Just as I've stolen every member of my entourage.
All the husks. They're bleeding from their chest onto their elegant robes, just like me. All these people. Why?
Why? Because it's what I do.
No, I mean, why are they still here? Aren't they kind of third-wheeling our moment here? Kick them out.
Huh? Such a defiant tone. Why aren't you under the effects of the yellow sign? Were you unaffected? Did the spell fail?
I don't feel any different.
You're supposed to be obsessed with me.
Ah, I already was since I first saw you. That's why your little spell didn't work.
You can try and resist it all you want, but one way or another, you're my eternal slave from now on.
Are you proposing to me? I accept.
No, dearest, I'm not talking about marriage. What I'm talking about is catering to my every whim, anticipating my every desire, and living solely to please me.
Yeah, that just sounds like marriage.
No! I'm talking about a servitude where you do nothing but kiss the ground I walk on and revere me for all of time. A servitude unlike anything on Earth, where you never so much as think of anyone else.
No, we have that on Earth. It's called marriage.
It's different!
It's not.
Is too!
How so?
It means no freedom. Forever. You are only permitted to do as I say.
Yup.
And it means preparing every single one of my meals for me, whenever I so wish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it means never being allowed to quit your servitude. You'll never be free of me so long as you live.
Until death do us part, even?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. So, well, sorry, but you quite literally just described being married. I mean, hey, if that's what you want, then I'm in. Let's get married.
Dearest. You shouldn't. I stole you away. I ruined your relationship with
That's
Lynetta.
the first smooch. I preferred you from the beginning. I already broke up with Lynetta in the other reality, actually.
Why are you being so persistent? You can't really want to marry me that badly. You're just trying to act all smooth, so I give you your second smooch.
Save it for our wedding day.
You can't be serious, right?
He was serious. Let's go! The king in white ending, baby! Let's go! This is what I'm here for! That was good. That was smooth. A smooth criminal right there. Oh boy, let's go. That was really exciting, guys. Okay. Run it back. Now we do all of Lynetta's without any of Esther's. And that might change the ending. I think. We'll see. I'll tune in when there's a new change. I'm going Bravo 6 going dark. Okay, we're back. I went through all of Lynetta's with the hearts, and nothing changed because that's what we already did with the Awakened Redux. Awakened 2, if you will. So yeah, that's on me. So we're going to go back through, and we're going to be a Heartbreaker to Lynetta. So if we want to be a Heartbreaker to Lynetta and then go for her for the ending, that means we need to go to Act 3 Performed and then go through everything with Lynetta. No, because if I perform the act, then I get, like, skewered through the heart. That's not cool. That's not hot. Let's just do Banquet.
Exquisite.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, so now... Get out of here. Okay, so we are on Metamorphosis. So, if you see something strange, be ready. Proceed in total darkness and ensure their image appears in no way. Okay. And I should have the robe on. I do have the robe on. Okay, so now we'll do Metamorphosis. Do I have the ritual knife? I do. Okay. So we'll skip through this part because we've already done this part, but then we'll come back for what, Dark Communion as the Heartbreaker. Okay. The room be well lit. Wear no robes or necklaces. Okay. We've done Banquet, right? Yes. So that means we read Nafultagen Uegal Otraile Nigaga Fumru. Need ingredients. Nafulthagen Egal Lotraili Nigliakfumul. I already used all my supplies to cook for Esther. All that's left is leftovers from her banquet.
That's no good, darling. It's no good to leave dirty dishes out, especially after eating so much. You know, it's important to take your diet seriously. You should be more careful when your health is on the line.
Why did we get a heart for that? I'll remember that.
This much food. It's surprising that you were able to eat it alone.
Yeah, well, I don't look it, but I'm a big eater, especially with sweets.
You're so interesting, darling. I'm learning something new about you every day.
Can't tell if she's onto me or if she's in denial, but I sense I'm in trouble.
It just can't be helped if you got a sweet tooth. Do you want me to feed you the last of it?
What? The leftovers, I'm good.
It's no good to waste food, darling.
No, you were right. I should watch my diet more carefully.
If you've already eaten the poison, you may as well lick the plate, as they say.
Really? I'm full.
Make room in your dessert stomach.
She's merciless.
Say ah.
No.
Huh? You don't want to eat? I wonder if this isn't the food that you like. It sounds like you're saying this was for someone else. But that can't be right. After all, my darling wouldn't secretly be hosting communion with other gods behind my back. Right, darling?
Those are dangerous eyes. Very dangerous eyes. I've got my back against the wall here. Even if she knows, I have to keep up appearances here, or she'll drag me into oblivion without a second thought. I reluctantly unclench my teeth and open my mouth. A juice-soaked morsel from the leftovers is shoveled into my mouth. It feels gritty, with an unusual texture, like it's covered in thousands of small hairs. It tastes straggly. I can't even begin to guess what food this used to be. I try to gulp it down before I can taste it, but it's too big to swallow whole. If I just bite it in half once and swallow the pieces, I might get it down before I gag. As I bite down, it bursts like a tomato, filling my mouth with a sweet juice. It tastes extremely fruity, sort of pineapple-y, even. It is good. It's better than good. It's great. It's godlike nectar, instantly addictive ambrosia. More. I need more. It's too delicious to have just one bite. It's seriously like nothing else. As soon as I swallow, I feel the immediate effects of withdrawal. My fond memories of any other food fade to utter disgust. The mere thought of eating anything else makes my stomach churn. I greedily take another bite, filling my mouth with as much as I can. The smooth nectar bursting from every bite swims around in my mouth, coating every surface. It's so delicious that it makes my mouth tingle. Huh? Did I just bite my cheek? Why do I taste blood? The dull tingling suddenly turns into a sharp sting, then into an unbearable burning. My whole mouth feels raw, like I'm gargling acid. My mouth is being digested. I lurch to spit it out, but my willpower fails me. I just can't bear to spit it out. It's too good. Just a little while longer. Let me chew it just a little while longer. The food falls out of my mouth with a splat as a heap of bloody viscera. It might be in my imagination, but I swear I spat out twice as much as I put in my mouth. The horror.
Good boy. You know how much I love to spoil you. Do you remember the last time we did this? When you couldn't speak back to me?
I do remember.
So, you know what happens next, right? One last ritual, and then we say goodbye again. As always, take as much time as you need. I'll wait as long as it takes, darling. Waking up could be so exhausting.
Gonna take a nap before you, end
know
everything.
Me so well. But don't try anything while I'm sleeping this time. I know what you did. Don't look so surprised. Right before our date would have ended, you betrayed me. Don't think that there aren't consequences between realities, darling. I've already dealt with that pesky breakup spell in your book, as I'm sure you've noticed.
There
So
goes our
just take the
alternative
straight and
route.
narrow path of loyalty in front of you, and we can keep doing this forever and ever and ever. Could you hit the lights for me again, darling?
So, what if, hear me out, this is the final pledge. Okay, cool. That's neat. Like that. Good energy. But what if we crack the blinds, do the thing with Esther, close the blinds, draw the symbol, and then talk to Lynetta? You think we can do that? Let's try it. Let's try it. I did the Act 3 with Missy. What's her name? Esther. I'm going to turn those off, but I'm going to change these to black and then draw that symbol on the board and then chant this. Because I think if I crack this open, I think Esther comes in. So I can do Lynetta af art I megdistitur nilgri. Lynetta af art I megdistu nilgri. Lynetta af art magdashtu nigli. Lynetta af art megdashtu nigli. Lynetta af art I magdishtu nigli. Lynetta takes the book from my hands.
We need to talk. I wanted to apologize for being so nasty to you earlier. Truth is, even though I knew you were acting strangely, I was still clinging to you selfishly because I was so mad at you. I just wanted to have the best groundwork for a happy future together. So I thought I could scare you straight. But now I know that's not possible. Not here. Not now. You're just not the same person that ended reality for me so long ago. So, let's break up.
Lynetta, I'm sorry.
Don't be. There's no need to end this reality just so we can have an unhealthy, failing relationship. So, I'll go back to sleep. Before billions die for my sake.
But where do we go from here? What's left after
Tomorrow,
today?
Silly.
You're taking the book with you too?
I'm just giving it back to Moo. It's not like I'll have a need for it.
Who's Moo?
Hopefully this book never finds its way back to your world. For your sake, and mine. I'll handle the book, but if you survive, could you throw out the rest of these summoning artifacts?
If I survive.
It's no good to keep things that remind you of me, you know?
I'm sorry.
It's a beautiful day outside. You should open the window. Maybe let in some light. Take care.
Friend zone. We're dead. This is us bleeding on the floor. We died. Okay, another ending down. All right, where are we going from here? Where are we going from here? How many endings do we have? We have one left for Lynetta and one left for... Okay, so we got the bad end for Lynetta. We haven't gotten the bad end for... What's her name? Esther. It should be the enslave end. That should be the bad end, right? That was 2 heartbreaks, wasn't it? Okay, we're going to go... We'll do Dark Communion. If we double heartbreak, do we just do 1 heartbreak? Oh, that ending. It's an ending, and it's peeping on Lynetta. Gotta go for that completionist route. All right. 2 endings. One of these has to be a double smooch, right? So we've done... Okay, so we got... Okay. Okay. I have a game plan. We're going to do... So what we're going to do is we're going to load a checkpoint. We're going to go through all of Lynetta's stuff. No, we're not. We're going to perform Metamorphosis. And then when she's sitting on her bed, we're going to pop the curtain open. Uh-oh.
My sister? You did it!
Oh dear.
Look at me, darling. What's going on?
I don't know.
Well, obviously
Oh,
your
God.
darling has been playing us for fools.
What do you mean?
I thought I had you wrapped around my finger. To think you broke your vow of fealty for this slovenly understudy.
Esther, I knew you were a bedazzled, dime-a-dozen hussy that feds the first illiterate ass-kisser that'll sit through your little skits, but I expected better from you, darling. Did you really think you were just going to date two outer gods at the same time and get away with it?
I mean,
Hold on, did you just
Yeah?
call the King in Yellow a skit? It is a composition of theatrical genius that a Philistine like you couldn't appreciate if you had another 1,000-year sleep to mull it over. But if my play is too cultured for your tragically unrefined sensibilities, perhaps you've heard the one about the watery tart who never gets a second date. That one is true.
man, going for the jugular on that one.
You uppity little...
Hey, calm down, you two. There's more than enough of me to go round. Can't we all just smooch and make up? No. No, we cannot. Huh. What if I click the smooch button? So after we get that bad end, even if we go through and we click like the smooch button, the dialogue just ends and we still game end. There's no other secret there. But what if, hear me out, we go through all of Linetta's and then do all of Esther. I think that's it. So we go up through like Dark Communion,
Delicious.
and then we talk to Esther. Or we go, yeah, because now she's like asleep, so we turn those off. That's cool. But now, so we're at the final pledge. So now what if we do this? So take that. Take the robes. This, Oh, the mask won't stay on my face. It just keeps slipping off. The metamorphosis smell must have made my face incompatible.
Why aren't you in proper dress, dearest?
You know. So we've been through these scenes, but not in this order. So we're gonna go all the way. We're just gonna like, if something new happens, I'll tune back in and let you guys know. Okay, everybody, so I have a plan. This is the 5th time I've done this because I've messed it up every time. We're doing the final pledge 4 times, and then we're gonna go do all of Esther's stuff, and I'll tune back in. Gonna update everybody on what happened. Nothing changed with any of Esther's stuff from the first time when we did all of Linetta's stuff and then Esther's stuff. But this time, we've gone through and we went up through Final Pledge. We did 4 like recitations of that, so in Linetta's book. But I think that might change the ending for her in some way.
Smiles, dearest, smiles. Aren't you proud of yourself?
So we're gonna skip through this because we've all experienced that. But let's get to the final piece, which is drawing the funny chalkboard sign with the black candles.
Behold, the
Perfect.
yellow sign. Become my slave, my eternal captive audience. I presume you are wondering about those smooches, huh? Tell me, does a servant that betrays his master only to come crawling back to collect his reward deserve anything?
Yeah, 2 smooches.
You'll get nothing from me.
No!
Will I take everything from you?
So, no smooch?
None.
Not even 2?
If I wasn't going to give you 1, why would you think I'd give you 2?
You know, I think I hate people that go back on their word even more than I love smooches.
Hate? What's with that defiant tone? You're supposed to be under my control now.
Say, you're the embodiment of the light from your planet, right?
Why, yes, I am.
So, in a way, the planet star Carcosa is also you, right?
Well, yes, but what could you possibly mean by asking that?
It means I just figured out a way to get the smooches you promised me, even if it means taking this whole planet with me. Carcosa Gravmazis Fadrith Sheath Anagd. Yagen. In the event the stage light fails mid-play, perform this ritual will bring Carcosa closer to your current location, only used in case of emergency and only cast it once.
Hey, you're only supposed to cast that once. Carcosa is close enough.
Carcosa Gravmasta Fingathnish Sid Yagen.
What are you doing casting that spell repeatedly like that? That spell only brings Carcosa within a dangerous distance to the Earth. But why do something so pointless? If you keep casting it, Carcosa will move closer and closer to Earth. Don't tell me. Are you trying to smooch my planet itself?
Carcosa Gravmasta Fingath Sid Yagen.
It's below. You're serious? Come now, we can be reasonable about
I'm
this.
something of a radical mad lad myself.
If you crash Carcosa into the Earth, it'll be an extinction-level event for humanity. I'll lose every member of my court that I worked so hard to steal from Lunetta. There's no need to do anything drastic. You'll die instantly.
Dying once or twice is a small price to pay for smooches.
Wait, don't you like being with me? Think back to all the good times we had on our date.
That was short.
Please.
Carcosa Grivmazda Fidnana Sid Iagen. You met with a terrible end, haven't you? We take those. We take those. A smooch is a smooch. Okay, so now we have one ending to go for, and it's something with Lunetta. What could it be with Lunetta? If we go through, we've gone through one heartbreak, because Dark Communion still gives us a heart. I don't know how to do like a double heartbreak on Lunetta. Unless maybe it has something to do with that chapter in her book. Hold on,
An immaculate.
because we have like a little tidbit here that says, "Don't make a mistake, or a hungry, uninvited guest may arrive." So what if we close the curtains? Does it need to be well lit? I don't think so. Light red fire candles. And then chant Hohorna Aliagdehai Ueag Bithnakorna. Did that work? Or does that just give me a secret? Hold on, does that give leftovers? No, it doesn't give leftovers. Okay. What if we do... What if we go to, like, Eldritch Mouth, right?
Sucker for love.
And
First date.
we, like, okay, so we go to Eldritch Mouth, and we play through this. But now, what if we... Do you think we'll be able to see the King in Yellow thing? What if we change this to black? Can we, like, flip all the way to the back? Oh! Inag yaya ueag nig anaha ashugag. Nice! We got a second secret. Okay, so now what do I do? I don't know what the consequence is going to be. Okay. So we use the cooking supplies up. And then, okay. So that still gives us a heart for her. And we've already gone through her being angry at us. So now we do the final pledge. Let's see if this is it. 3, 4. Wait, stop. Well, then it takes the book from my hands.
We need to talk.
Okay, so we have the 2 hearts now, though. We don't have a broken heart in the first plot.
So nasty to you earlier. Truth is, even though I knew you were acting strangely, I was still clinging to you selfishly because I was so mad at you. I just wanted to have the best groundwork for a happy future together. So I thought I could scare you straight. But now I know that's
This is
not
gonna
possible.
give me the same ending. I'm gonna be so upsetty
Not
spaghetti,
here.
my guys.
Not now. You're just not the same person that ended reality for me so long ago. So, let's break up.
Lynetta, I'm sorry.
Don't be. There's no need to end this reality just so we can have an unhealthy, failing relationship. So, I'll go back to sleep before billions die for my sake.
But where do we go from here? What's left
Tomorrow,
after today?
Silly.
Taking the book with you too?
I'm just giving it back to Moo. It's not like I'll have a need for it. Hopefully this book never finds its way back to your world. For your sake, and mine. I'll handle the book, but if you survive, could you throw out the rest of these summoning artifacts? It's no good to keep things that remind you of me, you know?
Sorry.
It's a beautiful day outside. You should open the window. Maybe let in some light.
Okay, what she just said does not match what's on the screen. I think for the sake of the good times we had, you've earned 1 goodbye smooch.
Maybe there's still a chance for us. In reality, far from this one. But the best I can do in this one is spare you.
You're not gonna kill me?
No, I am going to kill you. To spare you from the slow, agonizing end.
Oh, okay.
I'm sparing you the pain of being alive when the fog lifts and reality sets in. You won't have to live to see the consequences of the spells you've already completed. At least this way, you won't feel a thing. Goodbye, darling. It was fun.
Till we meet again. Let's go. Yes. Okay. And with that, everybody, that completes all of the endings for Chapter 2, Suckers for Love. I hope you all enjoyed. This was great. I'm going to go back. There's one last thing we need to do. Though we need to get the last secret to open up the Neanthrohop thing. But that's back up here, I think, because we got 2 in Chapter 2. I would imagine the last one's up here in Chapter 1. So I'm going to do a little digging. I have a feeling it's somewhere around Eldritch Mouth. That tends to be where these things happen. I'm going to go through and I'm going to do that one, everybody. Hope you all enjoy it. Let's go ahead. Let's just look at it. Let's look at all these endings. Oh, look at that. Woo! My favorite is King and White. I think that's my favorite ending. Hope you all enjoyed, everybody. If you liked the video, leave a like. This one's probably going to be shorter. This one probably was shorter than the other 2 because there was a lot of me just like staring at the screen for an obnoxiously long amount of time that I'm going to end up cutting all of that out. Hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Hope to see you all on the next one, everybody. This video probably is going to be going live on a Saturday. We're going to get 2 uploads this week. That's crazy. Hope to see you all in the next one, everybody. As always, until the next time I see you, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you may be, and I hope to see you all again in the next one. Take care, and I'll see you then, everybody.